just get familiar with that and just pow, get it in there. All right, let's get started. 45-day challenge starts on October 25th and goes to the 8th of December. So let's go, right? We believe in you. And if you believed in Santa for all those years, you can believe in yourself for 45 days. All right, so let's do it. You can do this. What is the 45-day challenge? Folks, we've got people on this webinar who have done the 45-day challenge, and some people have no clue what it is. And that's cool. I'm here to help you all right? Essentially, these are my words, it's a nutrition plan coupled with your F45 training. And may I add, this is F45 training that is like the best in the world when it comes to high intensity interval training. All right, just as a reminder in the world right now. So we're talking about nutrition plan with your training that's coupled with the accountability of your coaches and supported by your surrounding community, which is our F45 Fit Fam. So the truth is the F45 day, the F45 45-day challenge isn't just about weight loss. So if you think it is, you haven't really been paying close attention, all right? If you ask any of our challenge winners or anyone who's stuck to it, you'll see the biggest gains actually come out of getting some self-belief back, feeling your energy and confidence stores up, and being ambitious enough to realize that maybe you still got that little 10% left in you to go for it, and brave enough to really fight for it. So if you are, I'd say 100% happy with where you're at, then own it, like go you, all right? Keep going, congratulations. But if you're not, what are you gonna do about it is my question. And so there's still time in 2021 to come out on top, look and feel great by December 8th. Let's do it. If you're looking for the right time, it's now. All right, so enough of the fluff. Let's kind of get into it. Or not. Okay, there we go. All right, here's the team, the dream team, I like to call them. Right, so up the top, let's meet our trainers. You got Therese, then Felipe, you've got Maddie, Amy, you've got Penny, and myself in the center. We are missing one important person, who is Sarah, and she's brand new with us. She's another F45 trainer that is just smashing it. So you're gonna see her on Mondays. You'll see her at the lunchtime sessions. You guys, she's so brand new that I don't even have her up on the screen yet. We don't have a photo of the poor thing, but she rocks. She's like our Italian firecracker, all right? Let's see where we're gonna be. So these guys really, they're here to support you. They're your support team. Your F45 coaches are here to make sure that you, make sure that you ask plenty of questions for them, follow their advice, and stay connected. All right, 4 elements necessary for you to achieve a life-changing turnaround and keep it are training for a transformation. All right, this is exercise versus training, and there's a difference. All right, so training involves a specific goal to improve upon something. So when you get in there and you're training for something, all right, keep that in mind. You're also getting your nutrition right for you, because you can't out-train a bad diet. Some of you have heard that before. And what works for someone else doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you. So also being held accountable. So you build consistency and you finally build good habits, break the old ones that aren't serving you. And finally, community. So doing it alone is hard, right? Like way harder than it needs to be. So if you're surrounded by an inspiring bunch of people who are on the same journey as you, it is much easier and much more enjoyable to stay on track, right? I mean, wouldn't you agree? Getting motivated, feel confident you're on the right path. That's what it's all about. And that's what we've got in the studio right now. So welcome. All right. Why the F45 challenge? I say the most important thing on this screen right now is over to your right. What's your goal and why, right? Setting goals with a strong why, with a deadline and action plan that gives us mental boundaries. It becomes real and tangible. It creates commitment. You can socialize it. tell people, explain it. It puts urgency and importance on it. This is the number one thing that is most successful for our clients that have gone through this, and it works. I'll say it again in case you missed it. A meaningful goal with a deadline and an action plan is the secret. And that's what we're going to do right now. All right, you guys. So check out this screen. It's pretty simplified. It's pretty straightforward. But let's talk about goals, because if you're coming into this thing like, I have no idea why I'm doing this, you really need to sit down and hash some of it out. All right, here's a guideline. And this is your number one assignment. Take a screenshot of this, snap it right now. And on your list, your homework, number one, goals. All right. I put a little thing on the sideline there. It's an acronym called SMART. I'm sure most of you have heard it. It's just a guide to help you really kind of narrow this down. Because guys, if you're coming to this challenge with like, oh, I want to get fit. Oh, I want to get toned. I want to get stronger. We actually need like some real specifics, some real details. You've got a killer team here and a killer system to get you there. So the more detail we get, the better. You want to get fit? Cool. For what? Are you thinking you were a certain way in the past? Well, what were you doing then? Or do you have something coming up? What do you want to do? How do you want to look? You want to get toned? No, we want to see the muscles in my back, or I want to get rid of my tuck shop arms. Whatever it is. Give us some detail, okay, you guys? This is your homework. Do this. All right, nutrition. Let's get into the nitty gritty. Let me just check the chat real quick. See if anybody's got anything. All right, cool. Abigail on the Galaxy. Thank you very much for that, by the way, Abby. Okay. Nutrition philosophy. Let's get real. So let's get our heads in the right place and understand that the F45 challenge is not a fad diet. All right. The focus is to ensure that all nutrition related areas of the challenge are results focused, but also that they're built from a scientific foundation of evidence-based literature. This is not garbage. This is not just pulled out of our butts, right? I mean, this is number 34, and we know that it works. The people that follow the plan get awesome results. All right. And the benefit you get with a franchise of F45 that's worldwide is that these guys have a team of experts that they throw at this stuff. So am I a nutritionist? No, but I'm well schooled on this plan. So we can help you with that. All right. Do I want to say anything else on this slide? No, that's about it. We'll move on. Doesn't want me to move on. All right, let's see. There we go. I'm on to it. All right, meal plan. So basically you've got a choice of mainstream, vegetarian, and vegan, which is cool. Not only do you can you just go, okay, I'm eat meat, I'm gonna do this side of things. Like you can actually go, you know what, I'm looking at tonight's meal, or I'm looking ahead at Thursday's meal, and I'm not down to eat red meat just yet. That's cool. You can actually switch back and forth multiple times from mainstream, meat eater, vegetarian, vegan. Super cool. I'll show you where to do that. We'll get into the nitty gritty of the app. But basically get ready. You guys are going to be eating a breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, and you're going to be eating it all. It's super important that you do that. All right. One, we have to make sure that we get all your calories in. A lot of you are probably not eating enough, surprisingly enough. And we need to make sure that we're consistent, get that metabolism firing. All right. You guys are going to be machines in a couple of weeks. All right. So that's the meals explained. Challenge resources. What we're getting into is basically your Bible for the challenge, which is the challenge portal. You can access it through your desktop, f45.challenge.com, or you can access it through through your mobile device. Now, you guys, I know I talk funny and I talk fast, but you have to send through a chat or speak up if I'm going like too full on or like off into the distance. All right, back into it. So the challenge portal, yeah, super important. So number one, download the challenge app. This is not your regular F45 booking app. I'm sorry, you guys who are already challenged participants and veterans, but we got to go through this really quick. So on your challenge app, you've got 4 sections: learn, train, track, and eat. All right. We'll go through some of that, but we'll blow through some of the easy stuff. All right. Let's review. All right. So learn sections has a ton of articles, blogs, videos for you to learn more. That's what this whole process is about, is learning what foods work for you, how it works in your schedule, how you can be consistent in the long term. We're not just doing this for 45 days so you look shit hot for summer and then blow up like a balloon. We want this to be sustainable in the long term. So it's a learning thing. It's educational. We want you to pick a lot of stuff up. Check that part out. The tracking section is a great place to start formulating good habits to make good routine, good use of this. Some of you may have heard stuff like it takes 21 days to form a good habit. Okay, but let me just break that down for you. If you do something once in 21 days, that doesn't mean jack, right? It's not about the 21 days. It's about doing something consistently for a certain period of time. So what we're trying to do is form habits, consistency with your eating, your prepping, your training. All right, and then number 2, homework assignment on your homework list. You're gonna write this down. Download the challenge app. This is your Bible on this one. Do it. It's super important. And did you know on the training portion of your app, the challenge app, you actually have stretching sessions that you can do, and they're super good. I highly recommend them. They're 30 minutes long, and yeah, yoga poses, stretching, great for recovery. And also a big bonus, I'm doing a lot of this. Sorry, you guys, like in your face. Another bonus is that if you guys are traveling and you're stuck in a motel or a hotel or you're quarantined, God, let's hope not, you can get all of these workouts through your app and you can do them there. So if you're not a member yet, you won't be able to do it, but soon. All right, let's ditch that one. On to the next one. My favorite part of the app, eat. This section you'll probably use the most, you guys. So the eat section, you're basically looking, if you look at the screen right now, I have a snapshot of my phone. And what you're looking at is the ability to choose to cook at home. So follow the recipes, or over to the right, order your meals. They're freshly made by 2 suppliers and delivered straight to your home. You guys missed out. You may have missed out if you haven't ordered already on the first week. It had to be ordered like last week. Don't sweat it. Give it a go. You guys are going to have to prep and cook this week from this section, cook at home. So I've circled 2 important things here. Right there, you've got, you need to select that drop down and be on week 1, challenge 34. All right, if you're not choosing the right one, you're gonna get too many calories. If you bump over to the right, those little slidey things, you can just take a snapshot of it too. It's not a big deal. We'll walk you through it. Those little slidey things will actually, that's where you choose between mainstream, vegetarian, vegan. You'll get it. It's not rocket science. You guys will get it. All right, this is important. This is another homework assignment, number 3. Write this down. So first thing you're gonna do when you download your challenge app is you're gonna go to your profile settings. Over here on the left, my silly picture. You're gonna click on that. It's gonna give you this. You're gonna fill in all your information. 103 kilograms. I must have been messing with this for somebody. And then you're gonna go to profile setup. Guys, we just go put all your information in there is what I'm getting at. All right, it's super important, especially right here. If you can see my cursor on the right, choose your activity level. Don't beat yourself up over this. Oh God, is it like light or is it moderate? Where am I at? This week I was active, last week I wasn't. Don't worry about it. It's just getting you close, because we're gonna have a get together, a one-on-one get together in the studio this coming week, and we're gonna nail it. We're gonna get your calories like spot on. Where's the chat group? Let me see. Any questions? All right, cool. We're doing good. Everybody thumbs up? Yeah, thanks, Jane. All right. Look at this thing. Jesus, all the numbers and don't worry about it. Just letting you guys know that this is our planning session sheet. And, you know, I'm just reinforcing what I just said is that next week or the first week, all of you are going to have a one-to-one with your coaches. That may be me, it may be someone else, but we're going to delve right in and really try and narrow down those numbers for you. The fact is that we all want you to succeed, but you know, you've got a ton of things happening, stress, hormones, you know, other stuff happening in your lives. Some have medical issues, some don't, some have done it before, some haven't. Don't worry about it. It all starts with communication. Okay. So let's do that. That's one of the things we're going to do next week. I'll remind you, don't worry about it. We're going to hit it again. All right, let's move on. One other thing that's going to happen in your planning session that you will notice on your app, back to the track section down here at the bottom, see my cursor? All right, it's got a place where you can put your BMR in there. So tonight, we're having the Zoom meeting information. Friday, you're going to come get your scans and photos. And with that scan, you're going to get your basal metabolic rate. It's going to be a big number. All right, we're going to take that number and we're going to whack it into the app, which calculates your meal plan, how big or how small your portions are going to be. It does it for you. It's pretty cool. We'll get that done over the weekend so you guys can go shop, prep, and be dialed in by Monday. When we have our planning session, we're going to just look at it and double check it. And then we're going to take a few other calculations into consideration, and we're going to go that much farther to really narrow it down for you guys. So I don't know if anybody's ever done that for you, but we are going to. We want you to succeed. All right, training. Let's talk about this for a second before I move on. It's really important that we discuss your day-to-day training and some important points that often get overlooked here. Okay, unfortunately, some of these can have grave consequences if not done correctly. Okay, and at the same time can be really beneficial. So what I'm getting at is like overtraining versus what you should be doing. Listen to coaches coming regularly, consistently. Let's get into it. Training and performance. How often should I be training, Alex? You know, how many sessions should I be doing a week? It depends on your goal, all right, which you're going to share with us soon. And, you know, what did I put here? F45 programming. Well, it depends what you want to achieve. If it's strength, hypertrophy, growing, you know, muscles, performance, shredding fat, you name it, we'll guide you. All right. But I would say no matter what your goal is, you need to be training at least 3 times a week. 3 times. Usually recommend 3 to 5. I usually don't recommend double sessions, but we can discuss that. All right. How important is rest and recovery? Super uber duper important. All right. Overtraining is something that sneaks up on you, and it's happened to moi a lot. All right. Start losing sleep. Your bowel habits get out of whack. You get irritable. You know, your eating habits get out of whack. And you're like, what the hell is going on? I'm not getting any gains. I'm going backwards. It's because you're overtraining. You're not resting enough. You're not eating enough. Keep communicating with us. All right. And we'll get you there. So the benefits, you get this thing called EPOC. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it. It's called, let's see if I can remember, excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. It's something really cool that happens specifically with HIIT training. And what I'm getting at is that you need to really put the intensity into your training. You guys, if you're just starting out with us, it's all about just getting through the doors, getting your body to accept the fact that we're doing this, okay? And next week, we'll go a little harder. Next week, we'll go a little harder, all right? But that's a cool effect that happens specifically with this type of training. When it comes to muscle building, you know, we're going to guide you on that. You can do this, you can do that on this plan. what should I be focusing specifically on in my classes? Always form and technique and intensity, but meet with your coaches, because if you have a specific goal, we can get you there. We can go, hey, listen, um, Susie, I was looking ahead and I saw these exercises and I know what your goal is. So we're going to really focus on these and up it in this portion and maybe like, change it here. We can do that. And lo and behold, if I wanted to make a point, we've got hot pink in bold. Boom. What I want to point out, you guys, when it comes to training, just think about these three big things. Frequency, are you getting here enough? Are you putting in the hard work? So intensity, get your results faster. And consistency. You cannot train once 1 week and I'll just do like 7 sessions the next week. You're not going to get the same results, I guarantee you. All right. And then we'll talk about your personal goals. Limitations, they'll always have an effect on what you do. HRM stands for heart rate monitor. We have one in the studio called an F45 Lionheart. This is an awesome tool, and I can't bang on enough about it. I mean, it tells you how many calories you're burning. It tells you how hard you're working. You can compete if you're that type of person. You can have a hell of a lot of fun with it. I can guarantee you that we're going to have some fun with it during this challenge. We've already got plans for you guys. So like jump on it. It's $90. You can get them in the studio. We can talk later about it. And if you're not a gym person yet, get your gym bag packed and ready. All right. Get it ready the night before so you can just grab it and go. We don't want to miss you in the 5 a.m., 6 a.m. And all right, here's an interesting topic. Supplements. So should you be taking supplements? Here's our take. And that is all your vitamins and nutrients, everything that your body really needs should be coming from food first. Like, a supplement should simply supplement your nutritional needs instead of replacing them, just on top. They make things easier. Yes, they do. 100%. They can pick you up. They can get you there faster. They can get you bigger. They can get you skinnier. It's true. All right. But focus on food first. Here's what I have to say about that. All right. So I'd say first, let's just address the elephant that seems to sneak in the room every time when I'm discussing supplements is like, what are they trying to sell me on? All right. We only recommend supplements that sit in the category A and B of the AIS supplement policy. This is the Australian Institute. So this is the governing agency that separates and publishes the bullshit from the science. All right. And so we only follow A and B, which are proven and evidence-based. So done with that. Lastly, I would like to emphasize how important the Lionheart heart rate monitors are. So what we did in the studios, we kind of put together these success packs. So the supplements that we believe will be good for you during the challenge, I can tell you, guaranteed, you're going to use protein powder. If you've looked at week 1, it's already in it. And we recommend glutamine, L-carnitine. Those are 2 supplements that are like, we swear by them. All right. They help with things like gut health, immunity, muscle rebuilding. I could go on. All right. So if you're interested, just ask somebody in the studio. They'll hook you up. Okay, you guys? And remember, you can ask questions through the chat. I don't see anybody asking anything yet, so that's good. Or I'm just blabbing on. All right, accountability is the big one. So oh yes, that's right. Hey, Abigail, nice to see you. All righty, so challenge expectations. Don't get caught up on the word expectations because it can be a bit daunting for some people and make them nervous. All we're trying to get out there is like, these are the big bullet points we want you to pay attention to. Okay, you guys? So number 1, if you want to do the challenge, you got to register for the challenge. And people ask, well, what the hell do I do to register? Where do I enroll? I used to be able to enroll. What do I do, Alex? You have to buy in to the challenge. And basically, we're not asking you to spend any more money that you've done in the past with the challenge. We're just asking you to put it up front. So you're paying for your scans and the challenge party ticket. In the past, to be totally honest with you, we've chased people all around and it's taken our energy, time, and effort away from all those people who are on track. So guys, if you want to register for the challenge and you're a member, you're paying 75 bucks for the scans and 40 bucks for the challenge after party ticket, right? It's going to be epic. We're going to be having that at Night Quarter. The DJ is going to pay for food, it's going to pay for drinks. I can't wait to get there. I hope my body's ready for it, because you guys, yeah, you party hard. All right, back to it. So yes, $115 total. Just see somebody at the desk. Scans and photos, they need to be done in the beginning, photos. And there's a midway scan and then photos down at the back end, scans and photos. Here's my favorite one. Follow the plan, all right? I hear this all the time, every year. I'm doing the challenge, but I'm doing my own thing, Alex. This does not mean you're doing the challenge. Sorry, you're not doing the challenge. If you're doing the challenge, you're following the food plan. And here's why. How do I put it nicely? All right. How can we measure that? If you're doing your own thing, how can we measure that? Have you tried that before? Has that worked for you so far? How's it working for you? How can we make adjustments and help you problem solve if you're doing your own thing? So guys, please, if you have questions about stuff, ask us. You don't have to follow it 100%, but we do need you following the plan. Does that make sense? Hopefully. The coaches are well versed in how the nutrition plan and the training works together. So let them help. We will do our very best to support you and keep you on track. And fitness tests. Especially if your goal is performance, strength, endurance, take the fitness test in the beginning. We call it the playoffs. It's 10 minutes long. We're extremely detailed with our notes. You take it in the beginning and then you mark your progress at the end. You do it again to see how far you've come, right? Remember, we talked about being detailed with your goals. Well, if you did 1 push-up and now you're doing 10 push-ups, like that's a huge W, like that's a win, right? What else did you do? Well, if you didn't do the test, you don't know. All right, and then these are massive points to actually clump together, but communication, participation, and accountability. We're doing that 2 ways. One is we have this big ass whiteboard in the studio. For those of you who haven't been in the studio yet, we're gonna have everybody's names up there, all the events, and we're just gonna keep track. We also have this awesome tool that Penny made and had binded and published, and it's a challenge, like a challenge notebook and challenge booklet. If you are into journaling or that's something that that interests you, you can sit down and just take that time to track, to plan, to go back and look over how you're doing. Like that's an excellent tool. Those, we just hand them out. You want it, come ask us. And then the big thing is checking in with your coaches. And I am going to hit on this really quick, maybe in the next slide. All right, planning ahead and gathering support. Planning ahead is like it's looking at your calendar ahead and looking at your social events, looking at your work and family life. Like look at the holes that you're going to fall into, all right, and try and figure out how you're going to navigate around them and how you're going to deal with them, because they're big, and that's where people, the wheels fall off. Get right back on, come to us, we'll give you some suggestions. Gathering support means simply communicating with everybody around you. Go home, tell your family, your partner, your roommate, this is what I'm doing. I need you to support me because it's super important. Sometimes the people we live with sabotage us inadvertently, right? They don't mean to, but they come home, they're stuffing their face with something, or they leave some snacks there. It's like, come on, help me out. All right, in-body composition scans. So if you've never had a scan before, don't freak out. You're not going to walk away with curly hair or anything. It just takes a couple minutes. You get a big data sheet full of information. Oh God, I don't even want to know. First scan. Yeah, you do want to know. Like we want to know. It's just information. It's just data. So let's get it So we can do the work. We'll do the work for you. We'll look at it. We'll look at your goal. We'll plan out, figure out the numbers, and we'll tell you exactly how much it's going to take to get there, how long it's going to take to get there. Here's some dates. Screenshot this baby. Scans and photos this Friday, the 22nd. There's a sign-up sheet in the studio. You can go AM, PM. You don't have to get specific. Just gives us an idea if there's going to be 100 people in the evening, 0 in the morning. That's all. And then we'll have midway scans. We do have dates for those, so you can check that out down there. Final scan Thursday, the 9th. Also, you're going to, we've put together a calendar of events. So when you come in for scans on Friday, we'll give that to you. So if you're, rushing to get all those dates written down, don't worry, we'll have it all for you too. Okay, but this week is approaching fast. So Friday, scans and photos. The weekend, shop and prep. Monday, hit the ground running. Photo requirements. All right, so if you're in it to win it, which some people are, like, that's what I want. Photos are really important that they're done correctly and they're done by us. So we do them because we want them exactly the same. We don't, oh my God, the stuff I've seen it in the background of home photos, we're not even gonna go there, but please let us take care of that, all right? It doesn't have to be me, it can be one of the girls, the guys, whatever, but we'll take the photos, we keep them, they don't go anywhere, they're your photos, all right? If you want them, that's cool. Some people use them for motivation, all right? But try and wear the same thing before and after, still fit in it, right? To be eligible for the prize. What is the prize? Does anybody know? We'll get to it. Nobody's asked. I can't believe it. I'll go over that at the end. Okay. Oh, here's that awesome handbook I was telling you about. So that's just an example. We won't go through it, but I mean, it's super detailed and you can write like heaps of stuff in there. All right. If you're in the habit of journaling like this, it's super good. All right. And okay, Jade had to peel off. That's cool, Jade. Coach check-ins. This is how they work. Once a week, you are going to check in with your coach. So everybody's going to get divided up into teams. You're going to have a coach to be accountable to, and that coach will be there for you 100%. So you have questions, concerns, you need advice, not just on the training floor, but let them know. Okay, that's their job. They're really familiar with how the challenge works. We've been doing it for years, and we've seen successes and failures. And we can tell you how to get there. It's just a matter of you sticking to it, being tenacious to do it. All right. So here's what you have to do. You have to check in with your coach. Coach is not going to go chase you around. They're going to reach out to you and they're going to tell you when they're available, and they're going to ask you this kind of stuff. You wanted to come this many times. How many times did you come? We're going to look at your attendance and we're going to check it, and we're going to help keep you guys accountable. We do all the stuff in the background for you guys. We look at how you're doing in the sessions. The more information you give us, the better. All right. How you're doing with food for the week. What are your focus areas, your habits, your hurdles, things like that. Please respond when they reach out to you. All right. Almost there. Yeah, really good time. Community. Oh, I love this picture. Love this picture. All right. Well, you are not alone. And I'm going to read it because I wrote it and I think it's awesome. All right. So the community of other members at F45 Caloundra are like no other. We're all on the same journey, here to get incredible results and get the most out of life while having as much fun as possible. Number one. All right, the team of coaches and community are right behind you. They'll be your secret weapon. All right, we'll help weave you in by partnering you up with different people from time to time. Okay, when you come in to help with some icebreakers, and we'll also do that to help you guys push each other. So I know for some of you OGs and veterans have been with us for a long time, this is quite new. Like we're going, you number one, station number one, you station number one. Oh, wait, what? I was standing right next to my friend. Yeah, we know. And we're trying to get you to meet some new people. So it's okay. Don't worry, it's good. All right, get to know people, respond to comments, get in our social media, ask some questions, show up to the events. They're fun. We'll get you outside. We do all kinds of different stuff. Be a part of it. It's amazing. All right, so what's your next move? Let's see. Next move, we talked about this before. First thing, buy in. It's 115 bucks to buy in, unless you are one of those people that is just joining us for the challenge, and that's it for the first time. That's cool. We got you guys. All right. Our members, see someone at the studio and the studio counter, and they'll help you out. All right. I don't think that you can do that from your app. Penny, if you're on here, she'll probably chime in and let you guys know. All right. Next, download the F45 Challenge app. If you're new to F45, this is a completely different app than your booking app. Order your meals if you're ordering your meals. If not, print out the shopping list and look ahead. All right. Social media, it's important to like us on Facebook because we can't invite you into our closed Facebook group unless you like our page. Like it won't allow us to do that. And otherwise you can just request to come in. Follow us on Insta. We get heaps of stuff out there. And plus, if you guys aren't already looking at the stories to see what torture and death lies ahead in tomorrow's workout, then that's where I would be. Like, what's your goal? Be super specific. Look at that SMART acronym. Plan, communicate with your friends, family, and colleagues. We'll go over that a little bit. Scans and photos on Friday. Schedule a planning session with your coach. Check in with them. And then shop and prep this weekend. Don't wait. Get onto it. All right, here we go. So just a little bit of advice before we wrap it up. We're going to take some questions. Let me go back. Charlene says, thank you very much. I love that photo, Charlene. Awesome. I know 1,000 visits is crazy. Do we have to buy in at the studio? Sorry, I missed that. Don't worry about it. Yes. So if you need to buy in, you need to do that at the studio. We can take it from your account, or you can use FPOS or pay in pennies, whatever you want. 1,500. Wow. All right. Tips for success. These are my big ones that I suggest. Number one, plan. Like I said, pull out your calendar, look ahead. You got kids, you've got a job, you've got sports, whatever is going on in your life, it always goes like this at the wrong time. So plan ahead, meaning at the beginning of the week, go, okay, cool. I'm going to shop on this day and I'm going to prep on this day, and that'll take me about 4 days out. So that means I'll have a fridge full of containers of food that I can just grab and go. And it's all done. I don't have to be tempted by anything because I get hangry when I don't have food. Right? And then I grab the wrong thing. That won't happen because you'll be prepared. Look at like social events. Oh man, how am I going to go to a party? Everybody's drinking. I'm a social drinker. It's going to be miserable. Talk to us. We'll give you plenty of tips and tricks. Plenty of people do it. You'll survive. You'll get through. And even if the wheels do fall off, that's cool. We'll get right back on. Holidays coming up, all that. Communicate. This is a big one. So I've said it before, communicate with everybody around you, including colleagues, friends, and let them know what you're doing, because you'd be surprised. People come out of the woodwork and they're like in the background, freaking right on. You're smashing it. Like, I tried to do that before and I had a tough time, but you're killing it. So I'm going to support you. People will do that because they're awesome. Who's holding you accountable? If you have anybody, let them know so they can help. All right. I strongly suggest that if you can, try and meet someone in the studio, try and pair up with somebody. If you see someone, you're like, yeah, they're kind of at my fitness level, go over and pair up with them, because they'll push you. You'll push each other and you'll start holding each other accountable to going to sessions. That's a big, big factor we've seen looking back on success. Training, F45 Training Superstars is our closed group. So that's what you're looking for on Facebook. We communicate a lot of stuff. Post your pictures of success. Oh my God, I made this meal and it turned out freaking awesome. Like I sucked at cooking, but now it's not a big deal. Tools that you're gonna need, you're gonna need to download the app, and here's some tangible stuff, takeaways. Get a set of kitchen scales. If you don't have it, you absolutely need it. Like they're like 12 bucks. It's not a big deal. Digital scales, you're gonna be measuring your stuff out. It's not gonna get too complicated, but you need them. Go get them. Measuring utensils, you need those. You use the shopping list. So if you haven't done the challenge before, you can literally print a shopping list for the whole week and go out. All right. Don't go shop when you're hungry, you'll grab snacks. And I suggest you use the challenge handbook. It forces you to actually sit down and get some peace and quiet and think about stuff. All right. Some people are just techie and they don't even use that. They use their phones. That's cool. I get it. Lastly, habits and hurdles. This is the kind of stuff I love to talk about. So if you want to catch me in the studio, I'm more than happy to blab on, just like I'm doing now. All right, so think about, what are your biggest hurdles looking ahead over the next 45 days? Is it you've got like 3 parties a week to go to? Is it you travel? How the hell am I going to prep and shop when I'm traveling? Think about what they are and we'll help you with it. All right, but identify it, address it, and let's deal with it. Think about what your bad habits are. All right. It's easy to get rid of your bad habits if you just think about it simply. All right. Whatever it is, take it out of sight. All right. Make it hard to access. Those are just simple things. You think, okay, but if you clean out your pantry and you don't have any bad stuff to eat, well, how are you going to keep on with your bad habit? All right. That's just an example. Change the environment. Hide them, replace them, you name it. We can talk about how to instill good habits too. Super simple, tangible takeaway stuff. Use the tracker on the app. You can use the journal to hold yourself accountable. Tick, kicked ass today. Tick, drank water, got enough sleep. All that is on the app as well. And again, it's repetition, not time, that establish the habit that sticks. All right, we have a little habit tracker that we've got made up for you guys too, if you want that. Yeah. All right, on you. Your ears are probably bleeding from me. Does anybody have any burning questions? And there are no dumb questions. Come on. Hi, Penny. Hey, there's Tracy. All right, you guys have to take yourself off of mute, or you can chat, that's fine, but I'd love to hear your lovely voice. Nothing from us on the Triplies. All right, Penny Daly, Sammy, no, okay. We've got Letitia, no questions. Where's Letitia? Tori, Courtney, Andrea, and Julie. Hey, welcome, Julie. I hope that you're able to tune in for most of that.
Hi, Alex. Can you hear me?
Yep.
When do we find out who is our coach?
So you'll have that answer by Friday.
Yep.
We're just trying to get everybody to get on board with with pain and getting up literally on the board. And then we'll know, then we can allocate the teams. That's why it's been so hard in the past that like people kind of have been taking their time to get through, and I'm just like, just buy in, buy the ticket and buy the scans, and then you're ready to go. We'll get you on the board and we'll just start knocking it out. So by Friday, you should have a couple things. You'll get your scans and photos. Yeah. You'll know what team you're in. We'll give you a calendar of events. And I may have that little habit tracker out by then, but we'll definitely have the booklets if you guys want to grab one of those then also. So did I answer your question, Trace?
Yeah, cool, thanks.
Cool. Yeah, no worries. Letitia says, can I do the challenge if I am on a 28 drop? Yeah, totally. You can start it. I mean, we kind of got to see where you're going and where you're at and what you want to do. I mean, if you're on a trial right now and your trial is going to end like in a week or two, what are you going to do after that would be my big question. You know, it's like you want to lose 20 kilos It's not going to happen in 2 weeks. Obviously, I'm being a bit facetious, but that's what it boils down to. So sure, if you want to jump on board, you've got to pay for the scans, pay for the after party, which means you need to stick around for the whole 45 days. So talk to us and we'll tell you what's the best option, and people are always like, it's either a money thing or it's a time thing with them. Julie, maybe leaving overseas, like right after the challenge. Well, that's a great goal. Number one, she's going to be banging hot, like ready to go, but she's not going to be able to stick around. So talk to us more. It's not a big deal. And also, Chantel, hey, Alex, I won't be back in the gym until Friday lunch. Can I buy in then? Sure, not a problem. Hopefully until Friday lunch. Yeah, you can get your scans and stuff then. Not a big deal.
Thank you.
No worries. Those are all simple. Come on.